Students, in this video, we'll discuss top multiple choice questions on Mauryan Empire. But before we go deep into the MCQ section, we'll discuss some important points about Mauryan Empire. First point, who was the founder? It was Chandragupta Maurya, who had founded the empire in 322 BCE. Second point, Prime Minister. Who was the Prime Minister of Chandragupta Maurya? It was Chanakya, who had authored Arthashastra. Point number 3, what was the capital? Patliputra was the capital of the Mauryan Empire. Point number 4, Greek source. Megasthenes, the envoy of Seleucus Nicator, paid a visit to the court of Chandragupta Maurya and he had written a book that is called Indica. Point number 5, Bindusara is also known as Amitra Ghata or Amitra Cheats. Point number 6, turning point. Kalinga War was fought by Emperor Ashoka in the year 261 BCE. Point number 7, Ashoka's policy. Ashoka came to the policy of Dhamma, tolerance and non-violence after the Kalinga War. Point number 8, inscriptions. Most of the inscriptions were written in Prakrit language, Brahmi and Kharosthi scripts. Point number 9, administration. It was highly centralized and spy system was prevalent at the time. Point number 10, end of the dynasty. Brihadrata was the last Mauryan ruler who was killed by Pushyamitra Shunga in the year 185 BCE. Now, let's move on to the MCQ section. First question, who founded the Mauryan Empire? Right answer, option B, Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya had founded the Maurya Empire. Okay, and he had defeated the last Nanda ruler, Dhana Nanda, and founded the Mauryan Empire. Question number 2, who was the Prime Minister of Chandragupta Maurya? It was Chanakya or Kautilya. Chanakya or Kautilya, who had authored the book Arthashastra. Right answer, option number B. Question number 3, the capital of the Mauryan Empire was, what was the capital? It was option B, Pataliputra. Pataliputra was the capital of the Mauryan Empire. Option B is the right answer. 4, Megasthenes visited India during whose reign? He was the envoy of Seleucus Nicator and he paid a visit to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. Option C is the right answer. He wrote a book called Indica. Question 5, Megasthenes wrote which book about India? The book is called Indica. Option A is the right answer and it describes the society, the administration and lot more things about the Mauryan Empire. 6, who succeeded Chandragupta Maurya? It was his son Bindusara, who is also known as Amitra Ghata or Amitra Cheats. So option B is the right answer. 7, Bindusara was also known as option A, Amitra Ghata or Amitra Cheats, which means slayer of the enemies. So option A is the right answer. 8, which war changed Ashoka's life? It was the Battle of Kalinga. Option B, Kalinga War, which was fought in the year 261 BCE. And after the Kalinga War, Ashoka embraced Buddhism. So option B is the right answer. 9, the Kalinga War was fought in the year option A, 261 BCE. And about this war, it is explicitly mentioned in 13th Rock Edict, which is an important point you have to remember. 13th Rock Edict. Question 10, Ashoka's inscriptions were written in option B, Prakrit. In Prakrit, most of the inscriptions of Ashoka are written in the Prakrit script. 11, who deciphered the Brahmi script of Ashoka? It was option B, James Prinsep. James Prinsep had decoded the inscriptions of Ashoka in the year 1837. So option B is the right answer. 12, the famous land capital of Ashoka is at, it is found from option B, Sarnath. Option B is the right answer. And the land capital of Emperor Ashoka is the national emblem of India, which is another important point you have to remember. 13, the Arthashastra deals with option B, economics and administration. This book explicitly tells us about the outlines of statecraft and governance. Option B is the right answer. 14, Kautilya is also known as Chanakya. Option A is the right answer. Chanakya. Oh, I missed out this. He is known as Chanakya as well as Upagupta. So option number D is the right answer, both A and B. Question 15. The Mauryan administration was highly centralized. Option B is the right answer. And spy system was also prevalent at that time. Question 16. The chief revenue officer during the Mauryan period was called option B, Samaharta. The chief revenue officer was called Samaharta. Option B is the right answer. His responsibility was to collect the taxes. 17. The chief army officer of the Mauryan dynasty was called chief army officer. He was called the Senapati. Option B is the right answer. Next question. 18. Ashoka's policy of Dhamma emphasized mainly on tolerance and non-violence. Option B is the right answer. Tolerance as well as non-violence. 19. Ashokan Rock Edict 13 describes the Kalinga War. Option B is the right answer. The remorse for the war. Option B is the right answer. Very important question. 21. The last Mauryan ruler was the last Mauryan ruler? It was Brihadrata. Option C. Brihadrata was the last Mauryan ruler who was killed by Pushyamitra Shunga, the commander of Brihadrata. 21. Chandragupta Maurya died at option B, Shravan Belagula. So he became a Jain in his later stage of life and he died at Shravan Belagula due to starvation. 22. During the Mauryan rule, tax on agriculture was called right answer option E, Vaga. The tax on agricultural produce is called Vaga. Option number A is the right answer. Usually it was 1/6 of the produce. 23. Spies in Mauryan administration were called Gudha Purusha. Option number A. Gudha Purusha were nothing but the spies or agents. 24. The Mauryan Empire had how many provinces? Option B, 5. There were 5 provinces that were usually governed by the princes or officials. 25. Ujjain was the capital of which province? Ujjain was the option number A, Western province. Next question. 26. Taxila was the capital of which province? Option B, Northern. Taxila was the capital of the Northern province. Option B is the right answer. 27. The Mauryan economy was based on, it was an agrarian economy. Option B is the right answer. Next question. 28. Which animal symbolized Mauryan power? Option B, lion. Lion was found in Ashokan pillars. And the lion capital of Emperor Ashoka has become the national emblem of our country, India. 29. The Mauryan art style is known for, right answer, option A, police. Due to police, Mauryan art is very famous. So option A is the right answer. And they were usually made of sandstone. 30. The city administration of Patliputra was described by, option A, Megasthenes. Megasthenes, who wrote a book called Indica. And Indica, we found the evidence or some description of the Mauryan administration, especially the administration of Chandragupta Maurya. 31. Ashoka's Dhamma officers were called, option A, Mahamatras. The Dhamma officers were called Mahamatras. Option A is the right answer. 32. Which place has the earliest Ashokan inscription? Option A, Maski. From Maski, we have found the name of Emperor Ashoka. Ashoka called himself as Ashoka in this Maski inscription. 33. The Mauryan period saw growth of rapid urbanization. Option A, urbanization. Cities expanded rapidly. Option A is the right answer. 34. Which dynasty ruled after the Mauryas? We already talked about this. Last Mauryan ruler was Brihadrata, who was killed by his commander Pushyamitra Shunga. So right answer, option B, Shunga. It was Shunga dynasty founded by Pushyamitra Shunga. Next question, 35. Which Ashokan edict prohibits animal sacrifice? Right answer, option B, Major Rock Edict 1. It banned animal slaughters for rituals. So option B is the right answer. 36. Which Mauryan ruler embraced Jainism? Of course, it was option C, Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya had adopted this Jainism in the later half of life. 37. The Greek ambassador who visited Bindusara was, it is Bindusara, not Chandragupta Maurya. So right answer is Demicus. Option B. Demicus had paid a visit to the court of Chandragupta of Bindusara. I am also making the same mistake. It is Demicus. Okay, Megasthenes paid a visit to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. 38. Which language was used in Ashokan northwestern inscriptions? Right answer, option B, Greek and Aramaic. Greek and Aramaic language are commonly used in the inscriptions found in northwestern direction. Okay, like the Kandahar inscription. 39. The earliest Ashokan inscription mentioning his name is found at option A, Maski. From Maski inscription, we come to know that it was Emperor Ashoka. 40. Which Mauryan ruler expanded southwards? Right answer, option B, Bindusara. Bindusara expanded the kingdom to the southward direction. So right answer is option number B. And Bindusara is also known as Amitraghata or Amitra Chaits. Students, here comes the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed the session. If you have enjoyed the session, please do like the video, share the video with your friends, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe.